All right, what we're going to look at today are some strategies for solving a problem, and we're going to be looking at a 4-step plan. The steps are that first you need to understand what you're being asked. You need to plan how you're going to solve the problem. You're going to solve it, and then you're going to look back to make sure that it is correct. All right, so what we're looking at is that Diana's family went to the zoo on their vacation. They learned that the roadrunner is 1 foot tall. An African elephant is 12 feet tall. We're now going to look at how much taller the African elephant is than the roadrunner. So the first thing is we need to understand what information is being given to us. We know that the roadrunner is 1 foot tall. We know that the elephant is 12 feet tall. What do you need to find? We need to find out how much taller an African elephant is than a roadrunner. Okay, so our plan is that we are going to, what do you think? We want to know how much more. We're going to take the bigger number, and then we're going to subtract the smaller number. And so the way we solve it is 12 minus 1 equals 12, 11, or 1, 2. 2, and the minus 1 is 1, and then 1 minus 0 is 1. So the elephant is 11 feet taller. Now think about what you know. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. Now, that one was pretty straightforward. They gave us all of the information. What I want to do now is I want you to apply that information with a blank template. So we're going to do that together, but I want you to kind of think about this one as you go. Alex wants to buy a train ticket to his grandfather's house. A one-way ticket costs $43. A round-trip ticket costs $79. We need to figure out which way is the least expensive, or what's the cheapest way for him to get there, to buy 2 one-way tickets or a round-trip ticket. So let's start with the facts. One-way equals $43. Round equals $79. We want to know if 2 one-way tickets is less than 1 round-trip ticket. We're looking for the least expensive. So I think the easiest way to do this is to find out is 43, and we're going to have to buy it twice, right? So we're going to add 43 plus 43. Is that less than 79? Okay. So let's start by solving this. We have 43 plus 43. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $86. So is $86 less than 79? No, it isn't. So which way is cheaper? The cheaper is the round trip ticket. So round trip is less. All right, so does your answer make sense? Well, what do you think? Is it cheaper to buy 1 ticket that gets you both ways or 2 tickets that get you one way? Well, what did we do? We essentially looked at how much it would cost to buy the 2 tickets, and we compared that with the cost to buy 1 round trip ticket. So I'm going to say yes, our answer makes sense. So now what I would like you to do is take a look at number 1, and I want you to try and apply the strategy. Then I want you to go ahead and pause the video, solve it, and then go ahead and unpause it, and we'll take a look at it together. Go ahead and pause it. All right, welcome back. So in this case, we're looking at this table here. It shows the number of play tickets for friends sold on Saturday. So Louise sold 10 plus 7, which I know equals 17. Malcolm sold 14, which I know is actually 14. Bobby sold 20 minus 5. Well, 20 minus 5. 0 can't be taken away from 5. So I'm going to borrow from him, make that a 10. This is a 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And 1 minus 0 is 0. So I know this is 15. And then 19 plus 2. 19 plus 2. 9, 10, 11. Got to carry the 1. And that's 21. So I'm going to put the 21 over there. So the question is, write the number of tickets sold by each friend in standard form, then order the numbers from greatest to least. So I know how much each person sold. Now I need to put them from the smallest to the biggest. Now, this one, or from the biggest to smallest, rather. So from greatest to least. I'm going to look at the tens place. 1, 1, 1, 2. 2 is greater than 1. So 21 is our first number. So now that I've looked at the tens place and I found out which one stands out, I need to look at the ones place. 7, 5, and 4. 7 is the biggest number. Then between 5 and 4, 5 is the next biggest, and 4 is the smallest. Okay, so that's pretty basic. The steps, it's kind of straightforward there. What I would like you all to do is go ahead and pause the video. I want you to do number 3, and then come back and we'll do that one together. Don't worry about number 2 or number 4, and go ahead and pause the video. All right, so now what we're going to do with number 3 is we are going to follow the directions to find the correct height of the CN Tower in Toronto, Canada. We're going to start with 781 feet. So that's where we start, 781. I know that's where we're starting. Then they want me to add 100. Then they want me to add 1,000. Well, I'm going to get the answer to this first, so I'm going to put plus 1,000 down here because I want to make sure that I'm being really careful. And then last, I'm going to subtract 7 tens and 4 ones. 7 tens and 4 ones. So I'm going to subtract 74. So let's start with, so that's our plan. I'm going to add it this way. So let's go ahead and solve it. 8 plus, or 0 plus 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 plus 0 is 8. And then 7, 8. So 881 is my first one. Now I need to add this 1,000. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Sorry. 8 plus 0 is 8. And then 8 plus 0 is another 8. And then 0 plus 1 is 1. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. I need to subtract 74 from 81. Well, 1 cannot have its 4 taken away from it. If I have one thing, I can't take away 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross off the 8. I'm going to borrow from him so he becomes a 7. I'm going to squeeze the 11 people in our elevator. And then 4, or 11 minus 4, we've got 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. I already borrowed, so 7 minus 7 is 0. 8 minus 0 is 8. And 1 minus 0 is 1. So 1,807 feet. All right. What I would like you to do now, go ahead and solve 5. Go ahead and do 7. And let me raise your hand if you have any questions. Thanks a lot, guys.